Morning everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to discuss the structure of Nifty, what are the possibilities going forward, and how to think as a trader. Right now, massive volatility is happening in the markets, especially if you see the US markets. But again, we are not immune to volatility. Volatility also happens in our markets. So, what happened during the entire chaos? I'll tell you. On the 2nd of April, let's just quickly recap. April 2nd, we had the release of the tariffs, right? So Trump tariffs were released on 2nd of April. Here, we found out that 9th April is going to be the real date of release, right? All the adjustments and whatever. The real date of release will be the 9th of April. Now, between this time zone, there was some chaos over the weekend. There was a weekend here, big weekend. And then on 7th April, market gap down, Nifty gap down nearly 1100 points, right? So there was a 1100 point gap down. What happened? This is 7th of April. Here there was escalation between many countries like US, China. They had, like they kept increasing their tariffs now on electronic goods and so on and so forth. Whatever. Major assembly of, the biggest chains, the electronic manufacturers, automakers, everything happens in China for the US. So this is a big hit to the electronic domination or electronic industry in US. Next, the European Union, they also started to retaliate. They started something, the word was called retaliatory tariffs, meaning they started imposing fresh tariffs on US again. There was this trade war triggering, the spark was happening. Question is, if the real tariffs was going to get implemented on 9th, okay, whatever update came later, we'll talk about that. Why did the market fall and make a bottom on 7th? Why global indices made a bottom on 7th is my question, right? Tariffs were still there. Bottom came on 7th. Tariff went all the way up to 180%, 150 or 180%. But why did the market recover and took a pause here? That's my question, right? Why was the bottom made on 7th? On 9th, what happened? US started to cancel tariffs on many countries for a 90-day pause, right? So 90-day pause they gave. Okay, then in that good news favor, I can understand that, okay, then market has rallied here, no problem. Question is, that was on 9th April. So what happened on 7th April that the market started to rally from here? I'll tell you the exact reason in some other video. Maybe it might be new to some people, but we have discussed that way back in March. We discussed this way back in March. People might have forgotten it, I know, but I'll recap and I'll recollect what happened exactly in another video. Right now, wave analysis. What we are doing, we were expecting this fall. We were expecting this fall in the bearish form. If it happens, then how to count the waves? In that case, we had one option here: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is your expanded diagonal form, and the minimum requirement was supposed to be 21,600, right? 21,600 was supposed to be the main target for this entire fall. Next, in your WXYZ pattern, also your Z wave pattern was also 21,600. So I was pretty confident this big gap up came. It doesn't matter if market sustains this on 9th, if market makes a new low like this, whatever. But 21,600 has to come. Now, there is one concept called wave failure, right? So now wave failure is the exact opposite of wave extensions, right? Now, question is, you must have heard this wave extensions a lot, where there's major tops and bottoms. Sometimes wave extension happens, like 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth wave. Fifth wave has a minimum basic requirement target. It should not cross that. But some areas it crosses and goes higher, high emotions and so on and so forth. Major top or bottom, some wave extension happens. Now, the exact opposite of wave extension is wave failure or wave regression or whatever you want to call it. instead of going bigger, stretching, it becomes suddenly gets cut down, right? This is something you cannot predict, right? You cannot predict this. It is impossible to predict this wave failures. It happens extremely rare, extremely rare conditions, like the great financial crisis or war or some political assassinations, something which is uh, extreme violence or extreme good or something like that. Extremely good or something extreme violent scenarios where emotions are totally haywire, right? That is the cases where wave failures happen. That is when wave failure happens, especially on the time frame, daily chart time frame. Wave failures are extremely rare, I'm telling you. Go back in history and try to see, you will see very handful, one or two maybe maximum, right? Here, this is one of the cases of wave failure. So what happens in case of wave failure when this happens? The previous wave gets immediately retraced. The previous wave gets immediately retraced. So if you see this case, what happened? This is nearly the bottom from here to here is 8 bars. Okay. It took 8 bars for Nifty to make this entire drop. Now, if you take this rally, this is exactly 6 bars or 10 days, whatever. This is 13 days, 8 bars. This is 6 bars in 10 days. So within 8 bars itself, right, 8 trading sessions, including holidays, whatever, market from where it started this fall, it came back almost, right? Dump, pump. All right, this is a classic case. Question is, why did it not touch this? That is the case of wave failure. You cannot predict it. That is out of your hands. Markets volatility, chaos is too much at the moment. You cannot predict this. It has to come here. Personally, even I was waiting for 21,600. What to do now? If it has not come, did we miss the bottom? Is there any other way you can operate? So we had, like I told you, another level of 22,528. This I gave you, this one special level, and we had the zone, right? So I told you what, that even if market touches this or whatever happens, if it bounces, I can only plan for a long setup if market sustains above this zone, especially this level, 22,528, right? Only in that case I can plan. I have to first get confirmation that market is sustaining above it. So 9th April, after the 9th April evening Indian Standard Time, after the pause of tariffs was announced, market definitely gave a very big move. Now question is, where is the market going, right? We want to know what is happening. So let's go to a weekly chart first. We'll go to a weekly chart, and if you remember the portfolio video, I told you that in the month of January itself, we discussed this entire fall, that we wanted a fall to come 30 to 50% zone, some fourth wave, right? Some fourth wave we wanted. Recently, I wanted all these stop losses to get cut so that nobody is left here. All the weak hands are completely shaken out. But right now, market is showing something else, but we'll discuss what are the possibilities here. Since this is in our uh, primary case, this is a fourth wave. Now, I told you many times, fourth wave can be anything. This can be a fourth wave, and we're going for a fifth wave all-time high, extreme bullish case, one. Next, fourth wave can simply continue for the entire year. It can go sideways like this completely, right? It can do this for the entire year, making a big triangle pattern. That is also possible. Fourth wave can also do a W X wave, and then later in the future, it can come back down as a Y wave. All this is possible. So right now, in this case, what do we do? Right now, we have to focus only on the closest price action we have. All right, the closest nearest price action we have to focus on that. Portfolio, guys, I already told you that even if market breaks down, I think in the portfolio video I've told you, I've given you a level 22,225 or 15, something like that. So 22,200 approximately. That was a important number. Above that, even if market sustains less, I want market to sustain above it to enter the portfolio. This level I gave you on the 1st of January on New Year's video, right? So this is the level we should discuss then. Now let's get back into our video here. We'll get back into a smaller time frame. Smaller time frame, I'll be very, very honest with you. Nifty structure is completely broken. Let me remove these levels first. Nifty's structure is completely broken. If you look at this part, this is a very clear a three-wave pattern. Okay, a three-wave pattern. And what the hell happened here? It was an expiry day, sure. What the hell happened here? And does it connect with this this rise? No. If it goes like this, what is this then? What pattern is this? There's no connection. After we go up here, right? The previous week, what happened? What happens here then? There is a gap up. Opening candle was here. I think gap up somewhere at this point here, yeah. This is the opening price, and then candle opening was somewhere here. Market just goes randomly sideways, makes absolutely no connection, and then suddenly we get a big spike in the market. So spot chart price is completely distorted. It is volatility. This has happened before. In these cases, what you can do is you have to completely shift to a mechanical system. This is what we have been following for a few days, last couple of weeks, or we have to completely shift to intraday. Because why you should plan to avoid swing trading in this time is because very simple. Since the entire move is run on emotions plus chaos of the geopolitics scenario. Geopolitics can change any second overnight, and you don't know what to do, right? The big players have the option of hedging via gift nifty, or they can use outside commodities, other instruments overnight, and they can hedge their positions. But to the normal retailer, it is smart to, in these chaotic scenarios, to avoid trading, swing trading, because in case they market again over the weekend, some different news comes and market gaps down, you can't help it. Okay, so the best plan going forward, at least till this volatility is over, is to stick with intraday and mechanical systems if you have built. Speaking of mechanical systems, breakfast the strategy indicator is going to be released on 28 April. I have given a demo trials for whoever wanted it. If you're in the Telegram group, I think you already know of it. Some 30 to 40 people have taken this demo indicator and they're working on it. So this is again, features in the full version will be a little different, and features in the demo will be a little different. A basic indicator I've given breakfast, where you can work every day between 9:15 a.m. to 10:15 a.m. All right. So this is the mechanical setup. Here, it's not a, let's say, strategy, it's an indicator. Strategy you have to build on your own using the indicator. Now, part-time fellows, those who are full-time traders can obviously use it. Those who are students, those who are college-going fellows, those who are professors or doctors or whatever profession you're practicing, some other profession, you're in a job in some sort, or you're running your own business and you can't focus on the markets much. For them especially, this is a breakfast indicator where I'll definitely release a guide going forward. Right now, I've just given a demo trials for whoever wants it. It's completely free. From 28th April onwards, the full version will be released. Time cycles, when we discuss after this gap, right? Time cycles, when we discuss this, it was very clear that we had 9th, right? 9th April here. Market can go any direction from here. It would have gone like this also. It would have gone less. So I said, just wait for 9th April to finish and let's see what happens. The next time cycle date is from 30th April to 2nd May. Okay, 30th April to 2nd May. What can happen there? Now, question here is very simple. This rally, if it goes on, no issues. But before that, there has to be some sort of a correction. 21st to 25th is one minor cycle date. So 21st or 22nd, if market starts a small correction for the monthly expiry, that's also possible, right? If market wants to take a dip on 21st itself and then start a fresh move towards 25th, that is also possible. in my opinion, if this happens 25th and then we make a new high towards the 30th April, or else we somehow make a new low here, and then this will connect with the major time cycle in the month of May. Okay, in the month of May, this will connect with the major time cycle. What do we want here? As per normal cycle, we want some sort of a high. It can be a intermediate high or a major high, we don't know. First, we'll discuss that later on. First, we must see what is happening in this time zone, right? So before we go here, we have to see what is happening between 21st to 25th, right? So in the underground traders group members, I have told them that your 15th, right? 15th, or yeah. So 15th to 21st has to be a trending phase in the market. This is what I told. A directional move can come. Right? This is what we're expecting. And towards the entire week, it was completely sideways. I thought, okay, it's done. Maybe a directional move will not come. But then again, Thursday, expiry day, massive move. All right. So all that is fine. But this massive move was captured in the breakfast strategy also. And another important point here I wanted to show you is the use of FRVP zone. You see this, right? If you see this exact bottom was made on the FRVP zone. And then we started moving a big move here. We had a big move here. So FRVP zones are powerful. You have to learn how to use them. I've made 2 special videos for you. In Tamil and Hindi, the regional languages, it will come. The same videos, I will upload it soon. Okay. So if you want to watch it in English, it's available right now. You can watch it. The link I'll put it in the description regarding FRVP. So what have we discussed right now? We have discussed the structure going forward, and this chaos in the market has to cool down before you make any big swing plays in the market. So it is better to stick with your intraday setups. Now, going forward, avoid discussions of all-time high, avoid discussions of big breakdown. Don't get tangled in that, okay? Because the emotions are very high, market structure is complete chaos. A lot of YouTubers or some people like that, they will start just wait for this swing high to cross and sustain. They'll talk about all-time highs and so forth. I'll just give you one level. I'll give you one level which I am looking for is a fancy number again. 25,025. 25, right? So this is one fancy number I'll be looking for in case the market rallies. The reason is very simple. If market has made a wave failure here, and then we have completed one full leg, this entire leg is completed here with the help of wave failure, then the intermediate move which came here, this high has to be retested. Okay, so this high has to be retested. That is the point here. And this fancy number 25,025 is also there. Okay, this is what I'll look for in case we continue the rally ahead. Now, for next week, I gave the underground traders group members one special level, 23,784. Okay, this 23,784 is again based on time and price balancing. This will help us to guide whether market what should we plan for. We should plan for a bullish setup or we should plan for a bearish setup. It's all based on this level here. So for example, if market is here, let's just example I'm telling you, and then market falls as an ABC pattern. Now, since the market, you know, this is an ABC and then market will bounce back higher. So this will tell you ahead that just wait for 23,784 to sustain above it. And that will guide you as a simple, easy SL or easy strategy you can make based on this level. Your option sellers or futures, whatever, you can make a simple strategy. But most important is first, you must understand what structure is happening. If the market gaps up and immediately falls down, what kind of structure is it? Is it an impulsive move or ABC move? Whether your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is finished in your wave C, all that you have to see. Okay, it's not very simple that you just buy hours level, sell this level. This is we're not playing that amateur game here. We are very serious about what we do structure wise. Some things is out of your control. That is geopolitical news. That is why I've told you that going forward, to avoid swing setups. That is my advice to anyone who's new here, that avoid swing setups because you will get caught in the volatility. stick with intraday or your intraday levels or whatever you follow. Breakfast indicator was supposed to be released in the month of August. Okay, I have preponed it a lot. I'm releasing it on April 28th. I know this kind of chaos might happen, though those who are seriously following me, those who are seriously working with the education content I've provided, they need something to uh, deal with this kind of volatility, right? So that will be very helpful when you have a breakfast indicator, right? Going forward, I'll release a guide soon enough. 28th April, do wait for that date. It's very important. Thank you. I'll see you in another video. Till then, take care.